Wired 96.5. Philly's party station.
We're back at it again. Buster, live in Studio 96.
Bus.
With Mr. Machine Gun Kelly. What's happening, player?
I was thinking of a cool nickname for myself. It didn't come out.
So you got like 10? You're good.
I was Chef Boy Arkells yesterday. That was pretty cool. I was making sandwiches on an iron.
I've done that before. You can make a grilled cheese with
That's
iron.
what I made.
With bacon in it.
D-Chains.
October 9th, the big album.
Yes.
You got Stereo working the radio right now. You got Hold On. I like that one with Jeezy.
Yep.
It knocks in the car.
It does.
Tell me a little bit about your anticipation to see how this album does with your people, and you know, this is your first major deal. So
yeah. Well, I'm not really worried about what it's going to be like with the fans because I don't feel like it differentiates from my mixtapes at all. I feel like it flows consistently with the same topics and the same type of hunger that I have on the mixtapes. But I'm curious to see how it does number-wise, just because, you know, this is something that the label actually like step back and just let me get full control of. And so if it comes out and fails, then the label's going to be looking like, all right, well, we gave you your chance.
Yeah, this was it, buddy.
So next album is going to sound like shit because we're going to take control of it. So you just sit there and go in the studio and do work.
We're gonna get you some Rihanna hooks.
Yeah, exactly. So like, I mean, like, shit. If this doesn't if this does work though, then it's just proof that, you know, you can come from the underground and keep that shit underground in the mainstream, I guess.
I like to see it work when somebody puts as much of their heart into their performances as you. You know? As a matter of fact, before we go any further, do you remember last time we spoke?
Yes.
Where you got all pissed off at me?
Yeah. No, but I mean, we spoke again after that.
And then we spoke again, and I still came to support.
Yeah,
saw you at
that's
TLA.
why. Yeah.
Firsthand, honestly, that was the first time I ever got the pleasure of seeing you perform live. And you know, for a lot of artists, don't take putting every ounce that they have as seriously into their show as you do. You know, when these kids spend their dime, they're getting their money's worth.
Yeah.
You know, I think you jumped off everything inside TLA in Philly that night, so I appreciate that.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. One of the things I wanted to bring to your attention to.
We almost got in a fight outside that place, by the way, too.
Who? After we dipped?
Nah. This is before. Like, some douchebag came out of a shoe store and was like, man, Cleveland, man. Go back to Cleveland, man. And I was like, man, you, man. And we almost got into it, but he shuffled back into the shoe store and continued to sell size 9s.
I don't think everybody in Philly has that much hate.
Nah, hell no. We actually had a lot of love. We were walking up and down South Street, and it was just so much love, dude. It's always gnarly to see like the cross culture like love. It's always weird, you know, when you see like a street full of black people like bigging up a white kid, you know. It's always weird.
But then at the same time,
even though that's why I come from in different cities, it's always weird.
Now you have that audience, but at the same time, you're the same audience that has little white girls passing out at your show. You know? So
yeah, I don't know if they're passing out because of like
Molly.
because of starstruckness. I think they're passing out because of getting like mosh pitted into a barricade like 200 times in 5 minutes. A girl broke her sternum at my show.
Damn.
And she's a little girl, like 15, 16.
Oh, well, you feel bad for her. Right?
I feel fucking horrible. Like, I saw the like she. That shit was wild, dude. I with her. She's.
That's why I sat in the back. Like in the yuppie area.
You gotta always experience front row sometime. I experienced it at Blink-182, and I experienced
did it at Cottonmouth Kings when I was 14, man.
That's so funny.
I went to 3 Cottonmouth Kings.
That's sick. That's raw. That's raw. Well, yeah, it's like, you know, same type of grimy feel then, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the things I wanted to bring up to you before we go any further as well, last time you came through Studio 96 and Wired 96.5, I put our interview up, all right? And you got a little pissed off at me because you said that I was mocking you, or you had the impression that
I can't tell if you're mocking me or not, dude.
No, man, I'm real. I'm not mocking you at all.
Okay.
I'm being real.
I feel so bad.
No,
for
it's
that,
all
man.
good. It's all good. It's all good. But here we go.
I hate the mad MGK, man. Go away, man.
No, I like both MGKs. Pissed off and silly, they both work. But listen, some of these comments that Team MGK, the MGK Army, left for me, dude, they roasted me, bro.
They do not play.
The interviewer was a band geek in high school, and he's showing off to all his buddies at home watching. This interviewer is a fat prick. Dude, I've been going to the gym. I'm looking decent now, bitch. Dumbest reporter ever. I hope that guy gets fired. fuck you. And the interviewer sucks and it's annoying. Listen, you gotta validate me to your peeps, bro. Like,
he's all good, man. Buster's all good, man.
but it, you know, being that little white kid from Cleveland, is it crazy having these legions of people where, you know, these people are willing to defend you at the drop of a hat just because you got a little angry? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How's that feel, like having that, you have this following like that?
I dig it, man. I can't wait to use that power towards something collectively positive. I you know, we don't really know what that is yet. Right now, I think we're just trying to better our lifestyles and the way we live. You know, and that goes, you know, for addicts trying to go clean. That goes for you know, people going through it at their you know, what their home situations are. I mean, everyone's just trying to better their lifestyle. But, you know, ultimately, like, the power is there. And, you know, I think we could affect the community more than, you know, like a president could. But, you know, we did, like, you know, obviously the president handles, you know, the reason I don't vote and the reason I don't even believe in I wouldn't, yeah, well, I guess I would say, well, the reason I don't even believe in what the government is just because, like, as a youth, it's so difficult to believe that you slipping that paper into a box is going to somehow make the world into this giant utopia. You know, when it's really not. When really, like, what you want to see happen is like Ryan Leslie was actually talking about this yesterday, and I really dug it. He was like, kids that, you know, that don't, you know, kids that feel the way I do, like, they can go out in the community and, like, affect that community, like, that immediate community by, you know, doing certain things, you know, running for council in that community or gathering people to do a certain event in that community or, you know, giving back. Like, you can actually see that difference being made. Whereas, like, you know, you put in a president saying you don't know what the going on and what real intentions are, and you know, like, even like when Obama got in office, it's like, oh, well, free healthcare is gonna. It's like, yo, no one's going to the hospital on free healthcare, man. It's
and
just, you never see it happen, man.
Who that leader is? It's like, yeah, okay, you say it's Obama, sure.
No, but Obama's a puppet. You know what I'm saying? Just like Mitt Romney's a puppet. Just like every president, whether they were cool or not, they're all puppets. You know what I'm saying? So, like,
you know, we have a lot more presidential debates coming up. You should be one of the moderators.
I would pee on the steps there,
dude. That would be money. Mitt Romney versus Barack Obama, moderated by Machine Gun Kelly.
I'm like this, yo. Y'all both need to shut the up.
Okay, so, you know, I see you do a lot of interviews, and, you know, it's cool because sometimes, as you said, you know, there's Mad MGK, and then you never know what you're gonna get sometimes.
Yeah.
What is it that bothers you? So, what is the #1 question that bothers you so much that you get asked upon time and time and time again? Because I'm sure it's excruciating going through some of the same interviews.
I'm gonna give you 3, man.
Let's hear them.
3. First, where'd you get the name MGK, man? Fucking stop. Second, second is, why'd you get into rapping? Why the fuck do you think I got into rapping? It's such an obvious question.
Girls.
No.
Not.
But
dude, you know how much you pull rapping?
Okay. 3. Shit, you don't really pull that many rapping, like, especially in Europe. Because in Europe, they called me a wigger 3 times. No lie. Third and most annoying question is, what was your first tattoo?
Yeah. So what was your first tattoo? Nah, I'm just playing. What do you want to be asked? What do you want to tell anybody? Do you want
I wish people would just feed off of, like, what's going on. I wish people would just look at my Twitter and maybe, like, you know, see an interesting comment and be like, hey, what was going on when you tweeted this? Or, like,
you bought a donut today.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, but like I wish people would just, I don't know, go, like, watch old videos and be like, you know what I thought was cool, man? Like, in the stereo video, when you see me with the chick, like, be like, you know, I want you to, like, you know, ask, like, yo, were you really making out with that chick in that video and that scene? I don't know, just, like, shit that would be like, oh, cool. I never thought that anyone would even look enough to ask me.
Well, you got
like
that, and then you've got the media's job, which is to ask you stuff that's, like, important or something.
Yeah,
like, hey, what was the BET Awards like? You saw the fight go down. What was that like? How was it? What was your point of view like?
That's a good point. That's a good point, but I feel like, you know, the ultimate job of press is to get the world familiar with that artist, and the best way to do that is by bringing that artist's true personality out. No one's gonna sit there and be, like, excited about, like, the same question 80 times. So by that time, you're gonna get a blatant, like, you're gonna get a bland answer, and I'm not a bland person. I'm a very exciting person. So if you know, I mean, like, I don't have that problem with you. Like, this is
we're straight now, dog.
Cool,
the beef between Buster and MGK has been squashed. All right. With that said, October 9th, we're all excited, dude. Lace up. Stereo's rocking right now. Hold On's rocking right now. Who else is on this album?
Me and DMX.
Yeah.
Bun B. and then me and a couple underground artists, and that's the way that's the way the cookie crumbles.
Well, you can download that October 9th. You good? You all right? MGK, thanks for coming back through Philly and
Thank
Wire
you.
96.5. Nice.
I like how you could be just real, bro.